The main idea behind the session will be to just give you all tips just for the recording. Anyway, so the idea behind using examples is, so I'll pull up Studio just to show it to you all. So when I was starting out, I wanted like there was something like I wanted a car. So I just searched up on the internet, okay, how to build a car in Roblox Studio. I don't think I have it right now, but like that's something I just wanted to do. So using an example is, I think, a critical way you can approach it. That's why I think this point is quite important. Just using examples to go ahead with what you want to learn, that should be like pretty important. So use examples, something you just want to do. So like for example, like making an hobby is like a lot of creators like what they want to do, right? Like, okay, I want to make it. So maybe like that's something that's relatively simple and you can get behind it is what like okay, this is the stage point needs to go up and you understand what you want to happen, and I think going for that, just like following a tutorial, following a very simple, relatively simple tutorial would be quite helpful, I'd say. Okay, I pulled up my anyway. So yeah, that's what I think using examples means. Anyway, so knowing when to stop. This one is also very important, I'd say. Uh, because like when you're loading out, you get something. Okay, you have this like dopamine hit. Well, okay, I understand what happened here. I think that's really important. And knowing when, so for example, this game I worked on, this was called RBX Stock Exchange Stock Market Simulator. So I worked on it in 2 days. I did not make a great UI. I did not like spend hours on it just working. I spent, sorry, I did, I mean, I did spend hours on it working on it. So just for people are following along, can just someone send a confirmation message in chat, just saying yes or something, just to confirm that. Is the stream fine? Hi, are we still live? All right, okay, great. Uh, so just to check, so my point behind that was, behind knowing when to stop was, I think, like knowing when to go, like stop going above and beyond for games. I think that would be a good stoppage point. Anyway, making sure you know what you're doing, that's another very important one, because like I said, use examples, but some people do go above and beyond. For example, like some complex physics, something that they might not necessarily have the background knowledge for. And I think that's also a bad idea. So like these two ones, to just keep yourself in check at the same time so you don't overburden yourself, overstress yourself. I think that's also very important. And the next one is using variables and naming them appropriately. You don't know how many times this saves me, like just while coding, because like let's say I have this like 8,000 line script. There's some I have, and knowing I just like knowing, okay, like this is a character name. That's something like that just helps me out so much while doing it, and I think that'll just like save you when you need it most, so to speak. That's the thing behind it. And this also goes with organizing your code, like putting a comment or something, just like when you're looking for a bug or when you're looking for an issue, it saves your life, so to speak, when you're programming it. Another one is testing your code properly. Oh God, some people who just like write an 800 line script and do not test anything. Do not do that. You will have like 40 bugs, especially when you're starting out, that will kill you, so to speak, when you're going back and trying to fix it. So that's another problem that some people have, and we'd like to avoid. Don't rush to don't rush your code. That's also very important. Go slowly. Don't don't like try to speed run through it. And especially when you started getting started, you're not being paid for it. You're just doing it so that you can learn something new. And I think that's also important. Just uh, be true to what you want to do is the word I'd say. Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. Oh, these two, optimization and efficiency, these are very important. Here we have making sure you don't goof up, so to speak. So when you're saying your code should be efficient, I mean that, you know, Roblox has these beautiful API guidelines that, you should exceed this while doing data stores or something. It will save your life, as I said earlier. And when you're trying to fix it, when your game scales, anything like that. So that's also very important. Optimization. So optimization is also a core part of this, making sure it's like as optimized as possible. You're not putting a heavy burden on data stores, you're not putting a heavy burden on your HTTP requests, and making sure everything is within what everyone recommends. Just a very good example of this is wait and task.wait. So what the difference between there's like some core difference that I don't think is relevant for this session, but using task.wait is just objectively better. And improving on yourself. I think this is it's very self-explanatory, so we'll move on. So we have an Ask Me Anything session after this. Anyone has any questions so far, though? Any questions? I'll wait for a minute. What if I have a code that I seem to make it? Can you rephrase that? I didn't get what you meant. What if I have a code that I can't seem to make it get solved? What do I do? Okay, okay, I think I got it. So okay, so for example, you have something that, okay, you know what you want, right? That's what, like, you want this gun to fire, or you want this car to drift like 30 times more than what's drifting right now. So initially, you're just following a tutorial, right? And I guess that's fine. But when you're like not able to solve it, stop it. Like one day you can maybe like, let's say you're training evening, you stop and you see like start it tomorrow again with a fresh set of eyes. I think a lot of times you just when you look at it again, it just fixes it. And if you're not able to fix it, I think something that's really undervalued is just there's like a function or something and just like redoing it. And redoing it makes you like make forget about that small stupid error you made while I think maybe redoing it will help you. It just depends. And if you want, if it's like a specific knowledge-based issue, you can just send it to me and I'll take a look at it. That's also perfectly fine. I'll send you my email. It's contact@besttop23.com. So this is the email. You can reach out to me anytime you feel like. That's that. Okay, so we do have an Ask Me Anything planned. Any further questions before that? Any other questions, like actually related to anything on Roblox, whether it be video, like experience marketing, or whether it be video based, reaching out to developers, anything like that? Any questions? Because this was like the bulk of the session today. Hi, how's it? How you doing? So what we'll do is, because I don't think you're like you're not actively paying attention. What we'll do is we'll look at Drift Paradise, and I'll explain some of the principles that went behind it, what it is. So I think I'll pull up Drift Paradise 1 second. I have honestly trying anything works. Like actually, like giving it a shot is always a good idea. But if you can't go for it, like if you don't understand it, so I think that would be a very critical part to it. So like go try everything, but always make sure you understand what you're doing. So if you don't understand the theory behind like why why is like this value not setting on the client, or why is this not reflecting on some, like I think like understanding of basic principles is very important. So as long as you're like trying stuff out and understanding it at the same time, it's fine. So I'll explain how big of a role would sound design play in developing a Roblox game. Honestly, it really depends. So for Drift Paradise, we do spend a considerable amount on sound designers. Like, we did get a couple of soundtracks made from professional sound designers. And for some big games, yes, it does play a big role. So you could make a living as so. There's this guy I know. He's called Beastlick on Twitter. Check him out. He's a professional sound designer on Roblox. Really. Yeah, I did turn down the volume. Yeah. So, uh, well, looking at the principles that went behind making this, first of all, I have never actually crunched while making Drift Paradise. Like, there's been never been this like 25-hour non-stop grind with Eminem's classic programmer type of thing. And I think that's a bit of liberty on my part, but I think not being able to crunch and actually enjoying when you're programming, and I think that's really important. Yes, exactly. Hey, I was actually getting to that. So when you're like coding and you're not actively enjoying what you're doing something wrong. I'd say that. Either it's not for you or you're doing something wrong. That's my take. That's my personal. Wait, it might be fully wrong and I might get cancelled for that. But I'd say like showing that you're having fun while doing it is important. And like for example, when I was making the car dealership, this one, there was just so many like design principles, like making this dealership and making these cool animations, clicking this button makes this pop up, and there's like so much code behind it that I actually enjoyed making it just to see the outcome, and just the curiosity to see that outcome is, I'd say, very cool and important at the same time, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's that. That's my take on is it fun to code. Any more questions? Uh, okay. So any more questions, anyone? So if we don't have any further question, I've been working on some music. Maybe I could try to make some soundtracks for them. IDK, thanks for the info though. But the salute emoji is kind of cool, honestly. Also, what do you both think about the spectralizing around my Roblox character? Is it cool? Like, should I keep it for future events or streams or something? Like, do you think it's cool? It's cool. Like, I think it's cool. Yeah, I think it's cool. So, I am waiting for more questions because, honestly, I don't exactly. So another thing I wanted to, so another very cool thing about making this game was, uh, the settings menu. Like, there's so much cool stuff. Like, I wanted this performance stats menu for so long, and even though it's like really hidden away, like there's two sub menus, and you have to go over here and click it. I think. All right. Thanks for the suggestion. What did you do as a beginner programming? I need some. Thanks for the suggestion, dude. Like with the music thing. Anyway, what do you do as a beginner in programming? I need some tips there. I see. So, as a beginner, uh, my way was just to rough it, tough it, if you think. So, as a beginner, I'd say just like enjoy the process. Like, there's a pretty good YouTuber called Alvin Blocks, if you've heard of him. I'll send you the link here. One sec. Alvin Blocks. I'll actually pull him up on my main monitor. One sec. Alvin Blocks. So this YouTuber, right? Amazing channel. If you're a beginner, this channel is my go-to recommendation for anything Roblox programming. Just period. Amazing channel. Just check this out. I did plan of have like asking him to be a guest on this video. Unfortunately, he was busy, so that's sad. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, sure. Why not? This is just my first event. I don't really. Yeah, so this channel, by the way. Amazing, pretty amazing channel. Like just beautiful scripting tutorials. Even like remasters some games like behind it. Amazing channels. 10 or 10 would check it out. Yeah. Do we have anything else? Okay, I'll wait for a second, and if not, we'll call it a day today. I think we're done for the day because that got over relatively quicker than I was expecting. Uh, Gordon, thanks for that. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yeah, all right. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Please reach out. I've sent you my email and everything, and you know me in real life anyway, so it's fine. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, everyone. I really enjoyed talking to you all. We'll be ending the stream now, so thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.